What up? It's your boy King Dow 225 coming at you. This is King Speaks. So hit that like, subscribe, and become part of the kingdom. And today we're gonna talk about something that I always argue: how important fathers are to the family structure and to their kids. I came across these videos on YouTube doing my research, and I had to go look up the original on TikTok just so you can get an idea on some of the points that I've always argued out here in the world to why fathers are very important in a child's life. See, my father died when I was at a very young age. I thought I was 10. And before he died, he wasn't really around. I knew he was, my father was. I knew what he was, but he wasn't there for the everyday heavy lifting, the real father. So as a child from a single family home, I recognize the flaws in me that a father being around would have changed. And I just like women to understand, like, please, I sometimes y'all relationships don't work out, and it can't be helped. But you should always let that man, if he wants to be an active participant in his child's life. You're not hurting your child by keeping your kid away from the father. You're hurting your kid in the long run. You're being extremely selfish. Well, let's get into these videos. They very interesting, and I want y'all to really listen to what this man's saying. Really get what's going on here.
He was actually an early feminist movement leader.
From
Here he is with Gloria Steinem.
a guy named Warren Farrell.
But as he learned more, he started to disagree with parts of modern feminism.
I don't agree with the part of feminism that says men are the oppressors and women are the oppressed. That part of feminism is sick.
Men are running the government, they run most companies, they make more money.
Our dads and our grandpas, they made sacrifices to make more money, and then the feminist movement turned all of that sacrifice on the part of men against men, and they haven't said, you were discriminated against men in your own way. You were obliged to earn more money, or we wouldn't even be thinking about marrying you. We wouldn't be thinking about having children with you.
In his book, The Boy Crisis, Farrell notes that both sexes struggle. Today, boys are almost a third less likely to get college degrees than girls, twice as likely to commit suicide. Why is no one talking about this?
Because we have believed for the last 50 years that men had all the privilege and men had all the power.
Men and boys started falling behind when government began subsidizing single mothers.
They tear the family apart by giving the money to mothers when fathers are absent and not giving money to mothers when fathers are present.
That policy.
That is facts. I've always said that it is more beneficial if a woman is on government assistance. It's more beneficial for that father to not be around, because a lot of the benefits they receive, it's like stipulations, hood or vouchers for homes. The father can't be in there. I want food stamps and Medicaid. Oh, you got to put the father on child support. It creates an adversarial between the mother and the father.
Policy, part of the welfare system created in the 60s, helped lead to more households without fathers. Farrell says that hurts boys most. Why are boys more affected than girls?
Boys tend to not have as many skills at developing friendships and developing emotional connections. And so when their family connection breaks apart, it affects them more profoundly than it does their sisters.
This 1989 CBS interview captured the changing attitude.
Now this shit, bro, speaks volumes. So please listen to this part.
After welfare programs started.
I think I can make it as a single parent.
But don't you think you might need help in raising that baby from a man?
Not really.
It doesn't make any difference whether she needs a man. It makes a difference that her children need a father.
What happens when the kids don't have fathers?
Children do worse in 70 different areas.
The 7 areas: be delinquent, be disobedient, check, drop out of school. I didn't graduate high school either. Worse social skills, less self-control, those two, not me. Lower grades, I was pretty intelligent. Less empathy, think I'm overly empathetic. Lower trust, check. More bullying behavior, I despise bullies. More sibling rivalry, I love my brother because our father wasn't around. Become a school, no thank you. Be unemployed, no thank you.
They're far more likely to be disobedient, delinquent, drop out of school.
Fathers are critical, says Farrell, because men tend to parent differently. For example, men roughhouse more with kids. Why is that important?
Roughhousing creates so many skill sets.
Yes, it do.
The father's creating a bond with the child, so the children don't mind the discipline because the discipline is the price they pay for more fun with dad.
People think that mothers tend to be better parents because, on average, they're more attentive to children's needs.
Mothers are more empathetic as a rule to the children than dads, but an empathetic parent does not create an empathetic child. An empathetic parent is someone who's always thinking of the children's needs, which teach the children to always have his or her needs.
He was actually an early
Price they pay for more fun with dad.
People think that mothers tend.
They say people think of mothers. I always said that, this is going to be controversial, that actually fathers are better caregivers to children than women. No, it's strange. But all the men I seen interacting with their children, it is different. We do parent differently. I'm not saying that women are bad parents, but it's just like together we can raise a great kid, but apart, you might be good in one area and lacking in another, but the part that you lacking in is going magnify when that kid gets older. Let's get to the part 2 of this video because it's 3 parts.
Mothers tend to be better parents because, on average, they're more attentive to children's needs.
Mothers are more empathetic as a rule to the children than dads, but an empathetic parent does not create an empathetic child. An empathetic parent is someone who's always thinking of the children's needs, which teach the children to always have his or her needs thought of. The empathy is created by the father or the mother requiring the child to think about the father's needs, the mother's needs, their brother's needs.
In fact, he says helping children too much is harmful. Dr. Phil covered that.
Bro, I don't know how many times I've told black mothers this. Like, let them kids work it out. That's what a father brings. Let that kid work it out. If you do everything for him, he never gonna learn. He gonna be a simp when he an adult. He gonna be too dependent.
In this video clip,
Robbie, Mom is rewriting your essay.
Why? What is wrong with my essay?
Listen, this is the first paragraph. You wrote, have no time to eat. You need to start with...
Mom, I'm in middle school. I'm not in high school yet. You want me to try. Let me try. Don't do it for me, Mom. I really want to do it myself.
Moms are filled with love, and they want to make sure their children do well. So they often do for the children. Dads are filled with love, but the way that dads love is to feel that I need to love the children by having the children learn how to do for themselves.
having both an involved mother and father leads to the best outcome for kids. A government summary of studies notes children who live with their fathers are more likely to have good physical and emotional health, to achieve academically, to avoid drugs, violence, and delinquent behavior.
We need men to be involved in the fathering role to a much greater degree than they are and have been. Even when we control for the amount of money a father and mother earn, children with dads still do much better.
Ready? Jump, jump, woo! Jump, woo!
People think that mothers tend
Part 3.
The feminist movement has not understood the value of family or the value of fathers. They've focused all their efforts on the freedom of women to have children without having fathers involved, and the freedom of women to be able to decide what they feel is right for the children after divorce. Yes, all over the world, what I found is when boys are in crisis, it's usually a result of them not having involved fathers. Boys that have involved fathers are doing extremely well. Boys that do not have involved fathers are suffering in areas of depression, greater likelihood of suicide. Our opioid crisis is to a large degree a fatherlessness crisis. The degree to which boys get involved with ISIS, get involved with shootings, those are all highly correlated, connected to a lack of fathers. The feminist movement has not understood the value of family or the value of fathers. They've focused all their efforts on the freedom of women to have children without having fathers involved, and the freedom of women to be able to decide what they feel is right for the children after divorce. That's completely blind to the importance of dads and the importance of the family and the importance of checks and balances between the dad style and mom style parenting.
And you come from the feminist movement, but it's kind of shocking to me that the proposition that strong families matter is a controversial thing.
It's amazing that progressives can call themselves progressive without and not understand the value of the family and the value of fathers. These are the two most underappreciated and underutilized resources in the country. We've been overutilizing women. We've been saying, yes, get into the workplace, and yes, take care of the children. And so women are oftentimes juggling and sweating and overwhelmed. The word overwhelmed is one of the most frequent words used by single moms. And here is this enormous resource, men who want to be involved. Fathers' rights groups are fighting all over the world for the right to be more involved with the children, and we are ignoring them. That's as blind as ignoring women's desire to be involved in the workplace. Both sexes need to be involved with using their style of parenting, their style of working, to contribute to both the workplace and the home place. The feminist movement has not understood the
And they got a lot more videos. Y'all can do your own research. And I think that's the message that a lot of women be missing. A lot of women be missing is you got to get past your feelings and understand that this kid, whether it's a male or a female, both of them need their parents, both parents, not just the mother, but the father as well. The daughter and the son need them, or they're gonna be lacking in areas when they grow up. That's all I'm saying. This is not no women are bad and this and that, but y'all gotta understand, like, get past your feelings, get past your emotions. It's so many times in my situation, circumstances, my baby mothers were just in their feelings. They ain't no one of them can say I was a bad parent or a bad boyfriend or bad this or bad that. But when the relationship was over with, it's like I gotta break on my kid too, because you got so much control of the situation and the court and the society, and this really pains me because this is about the kid. If we want a better society, better children, we need to grow up as man and woman and be better at parenting, be better at understanding, and get past your feelings and emotions. And a lot of these laws have to be changed. Because this unfairness, I can't sit here and act like it's about the child when you don't really think about the child. Well, this is your boy King Dow 225 with another King Speaks. So hit that like, subscribe, and become part of the kingdom. Let me know what you feel about this in the comment section.